What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Daytime talk show host Ellen DeGeneres is not having a good year whatsoever. She really has been getting hammered left, right, and center, and today is no difference. According to Variety.com, her show is currently under investigation by Warner Media as a result of multiple reports of a toxic workplace. According to the source, staffers who are currently working there, in addition to those who left the company, presumably for their issues that they had within the workplace, are going to be interviewed about the situation because they are taking it extremely seriously. In my opinion, just based off the way that the story was worded, it kind of seems as though Warner is trying to decide whether or not they want to even move forward with the show, because if some of these stories, which I'm going to be sharing later on in this video, are to be believed, I don't know that they can continue on with Ellen's show, especially, you know, with her preaching the message that she preaches at the end of every show, which is to be kind, to love one another, all of that, if this is happening within her company. So back in April, the show was already getting some backlash for allegedly refusing to pay non-union workers during the mandatory shutdown, which is so wild because Ellen is worth, I believe, over 500. So let me just say this in like powerful terms. She is allegedly worth just over $500 million. She preaches kindness and equality and stuff like that. So why would she not make sure that her company is paying everybody while we're in the middle of a pandemic and people are being forced to shelter in place? You know, like I remember watching TV when there was supposed to be an NBA game a couple of months ago, and then it was just shut down like that. They made an announcement that the game would not go on and that the season would be canceled. And it was at Mark Cuban, so that would be the Dallas Mavericks. They were supposed to be the home team. And the first thing he said when they talked about the season being shut down, he said, "I'm going to find a way to make sure that everybody in the stadium, in my company, is paid throughout all of this." He didn't even bat an eyelash because he is genuinely a good person who cares about his employees, and he's a billionaire. And so with Ellen having that much money, why would this not be at the top of her mind as well? You know, if it is even true. Remember, everything I'm saying here is alleged, right? Now, last week, BuzzFeed even published a report alleging racism and intimidation on the show. And so here's where we're going to get into some of the testimonials from people who used to work for the Ellen Show, and I believe some of them still do work there. So BuzzFeed, by the way, they don't get a good enough reputation for the amount of amazing stories they break, both in the entertainment sphere and in the political sphere. Like, they are killing it. They've got their receipts. They get it. So they interviewed a black woman who used to work for Ellen's show, and this woman told them that she experienced many racist comments and microaggressions during the time that she worked there, which was a year and a half. And it actually got so bad that she left in the middle of the workday one day and just never came back and quit entertainment for good. And just hearing that absolutely broke my heart. She said it all started when she wore box braids to work, and there was another black woman working there who had box braids in her hair, and allegedly someone told her, and I quote, "Oh wow, you both have box braids. I hope we don't get you confused." That is just so rude and unprofessional, and unfortunately unsurprising as well. Being a black girl growing up in a white city, I know all too well how common it is to hear BS like that. So it's not surprising to me that it happens in other countries as well, and in a professional setting. You definitely do experience things like that when you're a person of color working in a corporate world. I just don't get why it is, but unfortunately it is that way. She then recounted a second story of how at a work party, one of the writers told her, and I quote, "I'm sorry, I only know the names of the white people who work here." Really? Really? Who, first of all, thinks that? And who, second of all, even has the balls to say something so racist and ignorant to anybody, let alone their coworker in a professional setting. To me, that says two things. Number one, that person is dumb as F-U-C-K and needs to be punched in the face. And number two, there is a certain level of toxicity and like racism that is already allowed in this workplace, that this person feels comfortable to even speak like that and not worry about losing their job. Like, I think that that says a lot about the underlying kind of vibes that go on in the workplace over there. And then the source says that she brought up the issues of like race, representation, like the lack of diversity on the shows. Her colleagues called her the, I quote, PC police. Again, another microaggression. Like, I cannot even begin to fathom the amount of fatigue that she was going through, and emotional distress, where literally everywhere she turned, she was being hit with some form of racism. And then whenever she wanted to confront it and like try to help the company do a better job of managing it and minimizing these sorts of things, they are out here calling her the PC police. And even worse than that, when she suggested that they all get diversity and inclusion training, her manager allegedly said, and I quote, that she was walking around looking resentful and angry, which is yet another microaggression. That is a very harmful trope about Black women, that you're walking around angry or whatever. And it's just not fair, because, you know, she is being attacked left and right, and rather than being treated as the victim that she is being treated as if she is the problem. She's looking to pick a fight with everybody, when that is not the case. You have people at your workplace telling you they can't tell you apart from someone else just because you got the same hairstyle. They won't bother to learn your name because you're not white. They're calling you the PC police because you want to address this kind of racism, and they're calling you angry. My blood would absolutely be boiling. And, you know, hers clearly was at that point, because she said after that meeting with him, when he told her that she was walking around looking resentful and angry, she just left and never came back. And she decided to just quit show business altogether after having worked there for 10 years. Can you imagine? Like, you dream of working in an industry your whole life, and the racism is so bad, especially in a show like Ellen, where it's all about preaching positivity and kindness, that you quit your dream altogether. I can't, like, my heart breaks for her, honestly. Before we get into more stories from her former employees, remember there was this comedian named Kevin Porter who went on Twitter like back in March or something like that, and he asked people to share their horrific stories of dealing with Ellen DeGeneres, and he got almost 3,000 replies from people. Like, that's how you know that this is not a one-off situation, this is not a two-off situation, a 10 off, 100 off. Almost 3,000 people have nasty, like, horrible stories to share about the way you've treated them, and here you are on television telling everyone to be kind. And this, like, is not even the first time. I remember that something similar had happened, like back in 2017 even. Like, someone else went on the record on Twitter and talked, a celebrity, about how horrific Ellen was to them. You know, there was even Nikki's Tutorials. She's a YouTube beauty guru. She went to Ellen's show and she felt as though she was not treated very kindly by Ellen either. Like, the list really does go on about stories about her. So anyway, another former employee told a story about how he had to take time away from work for a bunch of different reasons. So the first one was that he or she was involved in a car accident, then they had to attend a family member's funeral, and another one for another family member's funeral. And you would think that, like, when they provided like medical proof of the car accident, and then proof about, you know, the funerals with the family members as well, it would be easy enough to get approved by HR. Like, go ahead, go. No, according to this former staff member and former employees as well, it was not easy for this person to be able to take time off to heal from a car accident or to go and mourn their family members. Apparently, HR within the Ellen show made them battle tooth and nail to take a couple of days off here and there for such traumatic events. I just cannot. Again, BuzzFeed does confirm that they did manage to validate the medical records to prove that the employee needed those time off for exactly what it is that they were claiming that they needed it for. And then the last story, there's still more on Variety.com. I'm going to link to their article below if you want to continue reading. But the last story I'm going to share with you, just, oh my God, was just so crazy on so many different levels. So first of all, this employee had a health crisis that they could not afford to cover because the insurance at the Ellen Show did not, give them enough money for the medical procedure that they were trying to be doing. And so they created a GoFundMe to raise money. To me, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe health insurance in America, first of all. Like, it's so hard to wrap your mind around as a Canadian living in Europe. It's wild. Anyway, so they put together a GoFundMe to raise money for medical costs. And then within 24 hours, Ellen Show HR called them into the office to tell them that they had to take down their GoFundMe because it made Ellen look bad, that this person associated with her company would have to have a GoFundMe to raise money for medical costs. You would think that with all the money that Ellen gives to people to help them with medical costs, with scholarships, with vacations, with X, Y, Z, they would be like, oh my God, we have an employee of ours who really needs help with this medical situation, and our insurance doesn't cover it. Why don't we kind of like give them a gift very silently? They just give it to them so that they can cover it, here at this point, because they have a big budget of money they can spend giving away. So why not spend some of that on your own employees? So like the fact that instead of calling this person in to offer them some kind of help, they call this person in to say, listen, take that down. It's going to make Ellen look bad that she won't give you guys enough health insurance to cover your medical costs, is just mind-blowing to me. Again, BuzzFeed was able to validate that this did take place as well. Guys, how do you think Ellen is going to be able to return to daytime talk after this? I think that her reputation has been completely ruined, and I don't think that millions of people will be able to continue to look at her the same way, and the message that she is spreading on her show based on the thousands upon thousands of stories. Remember, it's like about 3,000 on Twitter alone that people have shared about how mean and nasty and vile and egotistical of a person she allegedly is. Like, do you think she can survive this? Do you think that she will just stop doing the show altogether and go away silently? I don't know, but one thing I do know for sure is that her reputation is never going to be the same after this, ever, ever, ever. I think, I feel personally quite disillusioned with her after hearing these different stories. And there's another one on that Variety website that will make your jaw drop as well. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. Go ahead and check it out. But when you read that story, your jaw is going to drop. And I don't even need to tell you what story it is, because your jaw will drop and then you'll go, wow, that is what Grace was talking about, because it's sickening what happened to one particular employee. Anyway, you guys, as always, make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.